Okay, Mr. J is here and we're talking about solving equations. This time, instead of one-step equations, we're talking about two-step. What I mean now is each one of these equations will be solved in two mathematical steps. So I have my first one, so I am going to undo the lower operation of the two. I find that's better to do rather than trying to do that first and then have a mess. So let's start this. 2x plus 5 equals 7. You must undo addition with subtraction. So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. Now, that will give me 2x equals 2. Now I bring it over here. Now, I'm undoing what operation? Think to yourself, what do the 2 and the x? What goes between it is a multiplication sign. So I'm not subtracting, I'm not adding, I'm going to divide. So I divide both sides by 2, and 2 over 2 is 1. Okay? Now, this one, be careful on this one. A lot of kids make mistakes, even adults make mistakes with not remembering the signs that we're going to do. Okay? So, the first thing we have to do, we have to undo the subtraction. This is a negative sign. It's not subtraction. Or we could actually do this, but again, we're talking about division or multiplication. So we're going to add 6 to both sides to undo the subtraction, and that gives me negative 1/2 x equals 14. Now, here comes the fun part. Remember what I said in the other video about how we get rid of a fraction? We multiply by its reciprocal. So the reciprocal for negative 1 over 2 is negative 2 over 1. And whatever I do to one side, I must do to the other. And remember, we make that whole number a fraction by putting it over 1. So this is what I have. So this divides out. A negative times negative is a positive, so this is going to be x. Now, positive 14 times negative 2 is negative 28. Okay? Now, let's try this. I'm going to give you a problem. Let you try it. It may not be fun, but here we go. All right, give you a chance to work this out, then we'll come back and discuss it. Okay, hopefully you had a chance to do it. So here we go. First thing we're going to do is we're going to undo subtraction with addition, so we're going to add 2 to both sides. That gives me 3/2 x equals 9. Now, how do I get rid of 3/2? I need to multiply both sides by the reciprocal, which is 2 over 3. Remembering to make that my fraction. Now, these divide out, so these are all 1. So 1 times x is x. Now, over here, I can either do top times top, bottom times bottom, or I can divide out. So 3 goes into 9 3 times, 3 goes into 3 1 time, and 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, now, last one. Now, take a look at this. Now, there are a lot of negative signs. There's a minus, so let's work through this. First things first, we need to undo subtraction with addition, so we're going to add 8 to both sides. Now, the reason why I do that, it's called a zero pair. So I have negative 4/5 x equals, now negative 10 plus 8. Remember, you take the larger of the two, you take its sign and then subtract the smaller from the larger. So 10 minus 8 is 2. Now, next, we are going to multiply by the reciprocal to both sides. So the reciprocal to negative 4/5 is negative 5 over 4 and negative 5 over 4. Now, right here, we have 1 x, but we don't call it 1x, we just call it x. Now, do the do. Negative times negative is positive, so I'm going to divide out. 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 4 twice, so negative times negative is a positive, so this is 1 times 5, which is 5, over 1 times 2. Now, I know you haven't seen my other guy here, Professor Algebro, but I promise you he'll be in episodes to come. I'm at you later. If you like what you saw, do me a favor. Click that like button and subscribe to our channel. Have a good day.